Hey guys, what's going on? It's Wolfie Station back with another cartoon creepypasta, and yes, I had done this one before on my channel. My old phone had some mic problems, so I'm using my other phone. And yes, I got two different phones, which I use this phone more than my last one. But yeah. So today we're gonna read the SpongeBob Insanity. And you can understand what I am saying in any other Insanity video I did. So I read the first one, but this time we're gonna do Insanity number 2. So if you guys think you might enjoy this, let me know in the comments below. Also, let me know what else you guys want to see in my next video, and I'll do that for you guys. So with that being said, let's get in with the video. I'm pretty sure most of you guys remember the SpongeBob episode, right? The sponge that worked at a fry cook at an underwater restaurant called the Krusty Krab. It was a really good show, and I really enjoyed it. But one day seemed to be a big mistake and made me not want to watch the show anymore. It was Wednesday, and I had to find a present for my little sister, who also is a big fan of the show. So I went out. So I was going to the store, and the one nearest to me had a DVD rack with it. And I looked through the DVDs to find the SpongeBob episode, but there was only one there. I said this would be great for Alina, my sister. So, when I got home, I put it in the DVD player that was in the front room. I said, Alina, come down here now, because I have the DVD that you wanted. She was so happy, and she sat down on the sofa with me. And then the DVD case was hard to open. It literally took me 5 minutes to literally open up the case. And it seemed to be taped or super glued. So I had to put my foot on it and open it. Finally, it did open, and the DVD just popped out. I caught it before it slammed on the ground hard. So after I put it in, we sat down on the sofa and watched the episode. The episode had different music than what we thought than it would originally have. The episode said Insanity 2. I figured Insanity 2. Insanity 2? Okay, why would they name an episode Insanity 2? Well, I figured it out once the episode started. The episode was darker than usual. Only slightly darker though. It started off with SpongeBob in his house, and he was sitting on a couch with a book in his hand. And he was reading the words that was on the book. And some of the words were pretty disturbing. It looks like the book was red, and it had these words on the cover. It said, "The meaning of life." I said, wait a minute, the meaning of life? Boy, who would want to read a book like that? Well, I figured it out once SpongeBob said some of the words. He says, the meaning of life is nothing but a cycle. You cannot choose what happened, but you can make it happen. Like one time, I thought that I'd never get a girlfriend. But I finally did. Then, once I can't take it no more, I decided to commit suicide. And that was my escape from this thing called life. And I recommend you do that too. SpongeBob shook his head and closed the book and went to the Krusty Krab to meet Mr. Krabs. Once he got to the Krusty Krab, Mr. Krabs was in his office with his head down on his table. It looked like he was sleeping. But once he lifted his head up, his pupils were gone. SpongeBob screamed and ran out of the Krusty Krab and hid. Mr. Krabs dragged Squidward into the kitchen and watched SpongeBob clean the tables. He said, Mr. Squidward, can I have a word with you in the kitchen, please? Squidward got out of the cashier stand and went to the kitchen with Mr. Krabs. He said, what is the meaning of this, Mr. Krabs? He said, it's kind of difficult to tell you, but it's time we gotta let him go. Wait, let who go? Our fry cook SpongeBob. Squidward said, why? We need him. He's the one that works the grill. He said, I know, but we gotta let him go. Squidward asked why again. And Squidward said the same thing he did, but this time he added more dialogue. He said, why do we need to let him go? He's our fry cook, and I cannot be working the cashier and the kitchen at the same time. At this point, Mr. Krab was actually getting pissed. He said, Mr. Squidward, if I hear one more back talk from you, I'm gonna deduct 40% off of your paycheck. I laughed at this because Mr. Krabs never gave SpongeBob and Squidward an actual paycheck. He said, fine. If you want to be a cheapskate like you always are, go ahead. Let him go. I'll take the blame for myself. Then Mr. Krabs said, wait, I have a better idea. We are not gonna let him go. We are actually gonna kill him. I was shocked. Like, a SpongeBob episode would not have been this dark if I ever seen one. Squidward looked at Mr. Krabs scared. Why? 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 Why would we want to kill him? He's our fry cook, and he is one of my annoying neighbors along with Patrick. Mr. Krabs said the same thing as always. I know, but I have no other choice but to let him go. Squidward said, why? Again, why would he... Okay, why would they say the same thing over and over and over again? It just gets really annoying. Then Mr. Krabs said in a very deep and demonic voice, it's time. Time? Time for what? Squidward said, time for him to die. I said, I can't believe a SpongeBob episode would take such a dark turn. Then when SpongeBob was leaving work, he said, "Good night, the Krusty Krab. Can't wait to see you tomorrow." Mr. Krabs walked behind SpongeBob and said, "I'm sorry, SpongeBob, but there will not be a tomorrow, cause this is your end." SpongeBob said, "What do you mean?" without turning around. Mr. Krabs grabbed out a knife, and it was a metal knife too. Stabbed SpongeBob in the heart. Keep on stabbing him until bits of him fell off. His eyes were gouged out. His fingers were slit. His teeth was covered in his own blood. And frighteningly weird entrails. I mean, a sponge is not supposed to have entrails. I know this is a cartoon, but damn. Why would they make this a lost... Like, why would they make this episode? It's just not scary, it's sickening. The bubble splash screen came up, but it did not have the joyful bubbles. I mean, it did have the joyful bubbles, but it was toned down. It said, a news report came up. It said, last night there was a mass murderer on the loose, and he only had time to kill 1 person before the police arrived. The criminal had not been caught, but he is still on the loose. So here's the outline of what the murderer looked like. And it was the outline of Mr. Krabs. The new reporter also said, if you ever see this mysterious figure or something that matches his description, call 911 immediately, or he will kill you too. Then when Squidward saw the news, he said, "That's Mr. Krabs. That's Eugene Krabs." He said, he's the one that murdered SpongeBob? That probably explains why I saw blood on the ground on my way to my house. Squidward then said, something has to be done. Then Squidward lost his eyes. Squidward lost his pupils. Instead of going completely black like Max and Ruby 0004, his eyes turned completely red, which made him look insane. Insane is right. He went to the kitchen and found the sharpest knife that he can and snuck up behind Mr. Krabs. But he couldn't find one. He actually found something better than just any knife. He found a butcher knife like Michael Myers used. So he went to Mr. Krabs' office and snuck up behind him. He crawled on the ground and came up behind him and slit Mr. Krabs' throat and stabbed him, which realistic sounds came from him. Ouch, Mr. Ouch, Mr. Then after that, Mr. Krabs said these last words before he finally died. Mr. Squidward, why you do this? Then he died. Squidward understand what he had done. His red pupils came back and he said to the viewers, he stared at the camera and said to the viewers, well, this is the end of the SpongeBob. This is the end of the SpongeBob episode. SpongeBob, Mr. Krabs, and I are gonna be dead. And you're probably saying, why am I still alive? And because I have not killed myself yet. I'm gonna place a gun. No, I'm gonna stab myself to death. So this is gonna be the end of the SpongeBob. Remember, insanity. Insanity is your escape. Sorry guys. Insanity is your escape. He said this several times before stabbing himself in the heart. That was scary. I turned off the TV and contacted Nickelodeon Studios demanding what the hell was this DVD, like, why would they even air this on TV? I got no response. Until June 21st, 2019. 2019. Viacom. I got an email from the head of Cartoon Network. They said, I don't know how this got on DVD. I don't know how this even got on the air. We were forced to be making this episode. How the hell did you even see it? This is not, hey, I made up this prank and I decided to put the blame on you. No. I was forced to be making this episode. I don't know. I have made this godforsaken episode for these two people. And then they said if I did not animate, I'd be dead. So consider yourself lucky that you were not me. I was scared. I told everyone. I told mom, dad, my other sister, and my brother to pack up their stuff because we were moving. And we're moving. We moved to We moved to Alabama, my bad. We moved to Alabama. And stayed in a nice house. I had a few nightmares about the DVD. But luckily that was all. I told no one about it because no one would believe me. After that, it was all over. However, a few days had passed since I had told no one about it. But it all came flooding back when I heard something being posted through my door. It was mentally folded up and it said, "Insanity is your escape." Well, I hope you guys enjoyed that little cartoon creepypasta. If you guys have, let me know in the comments below. Also, let me know what else you guys want to see in my next video. Thank you for 341 subscribers, by the way. I believe it's 241. Yeah, 341 subscribers, by the way. You guys are awesome. You guys are awesome. I appreciate you guys. Let me know what you guys want me to do in my next video, and I will be sure to do that as always. Yeah, so like, comment, subscribe, turn on bell notification. I'll catch you guys in the next video. This is Wolfie Station in peace out.